I hope that everybody had a wonderful week. My father, Alav Shalom, had a very close friend and mentor, Rabbi Yaakov Naiman. He first met Rabbi Naiman when he was studying in Telz Yeshiva in Chicago, and they later reconnected when they both lived in Lawrence, Long Island. Rav Nissen Kaplan, who is a Maggid Shir in the Mir Yeshiva, was visiting Long Island, and his host, who he was staying at, introduced him to Rabbi Naiman. Rabbi Naiman said, "Rabbi Kaplan, are you by any chance related to Charlie Kaplan from Chicago?" And Rabbi Kaplan said, "Of course, that's my grandfather." And Rabbi Naiman went on to extol the praises of this Charlie Kaplan about how kind he was and how Rabbi Naiman would have never made it in Chicago had Rabbi Kaplan not taken care of him. Fast forward 5 years, Rabbi Kaplan is again visiting in Lawrence. Once again, he's introduced to Rabbi Naiman, and once again, Rabbi Naiman said, "Tell me, Rabbi Kaplan, are you related to Charlie Kaplan?" And very respectfully, Rabbi Kaplan said, "Of course, yes, he's my grandfather." And Rabbi Naiman then went on to tell him the same exact story with the same exact details. Rabbi Kaplan was trying to maintain his respect, and then in the middle, maybe sensing that something was off, Rabbi Naiman said, "Listen, Rabbi Kaplan, I know that 5 years ago you were here, and I know that I told you the exact same story. The fact that I'm now over 100 years old, it doesn't mean that I forget everything, and it doesn't mean that I'm wasting your time, and it doesn't mean that I'm telling you the exact same story. However, this story is so important in my life. Your grandfather's kindness was so critical to who I am today that real gratitude to me means that I'm going to replay that story, even though it happened decades before. I'm going to replay that story for Charlie Kaplan's grandson, because that's what real gratitude is. Real gratitude is not just saying thank you, but at every step of the way, at every opportunity, to find reason to share the praise of the person that we want to thank every single time." This could explain the Gemara in Brachos, Daf Zayin, which says that from the time the world was created, nobody praised and thanked Hashem until Leah came and named her son Yehuda, the name Yehuda for Hapamodes Hashem. Now I'm going to thank Hashem, to praise Hashem for being able to have a fourth child. Nobody praised Hashem or thanked Hashem the way Leah did? You mean to tell me that Avram and Sarah didn't thank Hashem when they had Yitzchak? Doesn't the Torah tell us that Melchizedek praised and thanked Hashem after the war involving the 4 kings and the 5 kings? What does the Gemara mean that nobody thanked Hashem until Leah came along? Rav Mordechai Kamenetsky explains that there was something qualitatively different about Leah's gratitude than everybody else's gratitude. Yes, it's true. There was gratitude before there was amazing miracles that happened in the world. Before Leah had Yehuda, I'm sure that Leah thanked Hashem when she had Reuven, Shimon, and Levi. I am sure Avram and Sarah thanked Hashem when they had Yitzchak. There was thanking when Noach got out of the Teva. I'm sure that he thanked Hashem. There was such an idea of thanking Hashem even before Leah. But what was different about Leah when she named her son Yehuda, it meant that every time that Yaakov and Leah and anybody else called the name Yehuda, they would always be thanking Hashem. Yehuda, can you go to the store? That name, Yehuda, that calling, so that inherently also thanks Hashem. Every time anybody would say his name, so that would bring praise and gratitude to Hashem. Real gratitude is not just a one-time pop. Wow, thanks a lot for what you did. It's not just one day of Thanksgiving, but real gratitude, maybe 3 times a day and maybe even more. Modem anachnu lach, creator of the world. I thank you for all the bracha that I have in my life. That is the way that a Yehudi, we're named for Yehuda, for this Yesod, for this lesson. That is the way that a Yehudi thanks Hashem and shows gratitude to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to all people. Hashem should give all of us many reasons to praise and thank Him, and we should take the opportunity to express gratitude properly. Have a wonderful Parshas Shabbos, Parshas Vayeitzei.